Hey, Max here for Movie Madness Entertainment. For everything in entertainment news, please hit that subscribe button, the notification bell. This is exciting news. I think this is the 5th year of Evercade. Hey, Evercade collectors. I know there's a lot of you out there. I'm very happy with my purchases. But are you finally starting to, for like me personally, I'm starting to get behind on some of the carts. There's some that I'm missing, and I really don't want them to go out of print. Like, I think I'm missing the third of that shmup collection. Oh man, it's eluding me now. But I also want to get these SNK carts. This is a 16-minute video, so let's get reacting here. Toe Plan Volume 3, I think I'm missing. Man, I really don't want to. I don't want to miss on that one. I might have to order it soon, but I'm starting to get behind. And yeah, the prices increase, but not that they're not unreasonable. So let's look at this Showcase Volume 4.
Peggy 16.
Hello, and welcome back to the Evercade Showcase. We're here to celebrate 5 years of Evercade and bring you some more great announcements of things that are coming this year. But if you haven't been here for the last 5 years, then let us take you on a quick trip down memory lane.
This handheld was really designed by people who understand the retro gaming market and how important physical media is.
That's Metal Jesus.
A new retro gaming console on the market, and that's the Evercade Versus. I do think this is a good.
That's John Hancock.
I think it's a fantastic package offering a value.
Nice package.
Now we've got the Evercade EXP. There she is, right there. They really upped it with
Mad
this
Little
one.
Pixel,
so
too.
Let's check this thing out real quick.
All the shills. I don't get anything, Evercade. Send stuff to me, and I want to be a shill. Mad Little Pixel.
That is very responsive. All the buttons feel nice.
Wow. I did need to take a look at this Blaze.
I don't even know that guy
is. And what a little gadget it is.
The Evercade VSR. We'll plug this in and try it out just for a quick minute. It's neat being able to just plug in a cartridge. I like that.
The Evercade Alpha, it is a bar top arcade.
Evercade started in 2020 with 10 cartridges and 176 games on one handheld system. By the end of 2025, there will be over 60.
The only Evercade system I ever bought and sold again, and I never even unboxed it, was the purple one. I wasted a lot of money on that. I didn't even get much resale. There was something I wanted at a resale store, and I sold whatever I could to get it. It was to get my Beatles Rock Band for $250, which it's gone up in price, so I guess I saved money. But I'm missing some carts.
60 cartridges and over 600 games across multiple Evercade compatible systems. And since day one, the thing that unites all of those systems, all of the players, all of the fans and communities is still the one same thing. A physical cartridge with a full color manual, all inside a case that looks great on your shelf. Classic.
I think it could look better.
Retro gaming experience.
I like them though.
The way it should be. We've got a lot to come during this showcase, including a lot of new cartridges that will be coming in 2025. But before we get there, let's show you another way to play them.
Another way?
Peggy 12.
Presents. Okay, I have one. I have the Mega Man one I bought used. I have my Mega Man one, which got one of the last used one on Amazon. Now they don't have them anymore. Which I saw a glimpse of the Bubble Bobble. That's cool, but where's the SNK ones? Space Invaders. Where's the Neo Geo? I thought for sure they were gonna have Neo Geo alphas. I guess that's coming down the line. I would be shocked if they don't do an SNK one. I want an SNK Versus themed console. I still have the Mega Man. Oh, they're showing Mega Man 2? So Mega Man you could get again. Just not the Street Fighter.
Evercade Alpha is back. This new Taito edition features 10 games, including all of your favorites: Bubble Bobble, Space Invaders, Rastan, The New Zealand Story, Puzzle Bobble, Elevator Action, and more. And of
Yeah,
course,
are you really
fully
looking for that
compatible with
elevator
all
action?
Evercade cartridges. All of this in an officially licensed Taito design with swappable marquees, just like the Alpha you know. This new Evercade compatible bar top arcade will release in November.
I think if they
2025,
do,
and until it comes out,
I
it
will
be
say, I will
available
give
at a
some
special
criticism to
pre-order.
Evercade and Blaze. If they do all this stuff like Taito and all this other stuff, they're gonna go the way of one Arcade 1-Up. If they really keep it to the really sought after stuff, they're gonna be able to do these alphas for a while. I don't think everyone's gonna. I think even Evercade collectors, even though Taito's fun, I would be fine with just getting a cartridge for Taito titles. You know, I think they're going to be too many versions if they go from Taito and then to some of the other lesser popular video game companies. Go to SNK next. Capcom was a good start. Capcom with Mega Man and Street Fighter. Don't go the way of Arcade 1-Up. Sorry.
Order price of £199.99, €229.99, and $259.99. Pre-orders for this new Evercade Alpha Taito edition open.
For one, I would go back to Capcom since they released those collections and see if they could do a Marvel versus Capcom that you do not put on cartridge, because I don't think Capcom would let that and be built into the system. That would be a great release. And then you could still put in Evercade carts to have a Marvel versus Capcom small tabletop alpha, and then have cartridges you could put in would be a game changer.
On May the 30th, that's tomorrow, there'll also be more Evercade Alpha Street Fighter and Mega Man Edition stock coming this year. So
Okay.
If you haven't had the chance to get your hands on an Evercade Alpha, now is the time to change the game. Taito may be quite familiar to those of you that have a Super Pocket system, but for Evercade, they're a brand new partner. And over the last 5 years, we've had the privilege of being able to publish collections on physical cartridges and on our hardware from some of the greatest names in gaming. But we've also been able to provide a spotlight to some of the games that people may not have discovered. Everything from
I agree with
small,
that.
modern retro indie games to large.
Enough
budget
stroking
productions
yourself,
to
though.
the
Come on,
big
Blaze.
and all of this
Let's
has
come
been
on.
available to us thanks to our partners, IP
Neo
owners,
Geo,
and
there we go.
licensors that we've worked with. We'd just like to say thank you to all of our partners for the last 5 years of Evercade.
Thank you, partners.
Partners, let's move on to some new ones, hey?
Yes, thank
Earlier
you.
This year, in the previous Evercade showcase, we revealed our new products with Neo Geo. The Super Pocket Neo Geo.
Give me more
edition
Neo
is still
Geo.
available to pre-order right now, and it will be released in June 2025. The first Neo Geo arcade cartridge for Evercade will now be available to pre-order tomorrow, May
All
the
right.
30th. And it will
Get your
release
get your
August
pre-orders in.
2025.
I think that one's going to
But
sell
that's
out.
not all from Neo Geo that's coming this year.
Peggy 16.
Here we go. Yes. Metal Slug 2. Nice. Art of Fighting 2. Probably people's favorite Art of Fighting. Cross Swords. Mark of the Wolves. That's a big deal to get on a cart. Ninja Commando's pretty cool. Sengoku 2 is pretty good. Arcade 3. Metal Slug 3. Ghost Pilots. Nice. Samurai Showdown 2. Super Kicks. King of Fighters 97. Twinkle Star Sprites. Cool. All right. I wish they had a little bit more games on each cart, but you know.
Neo Geo Arcade 2 and 3 will be coming to Evercade in October 2025 with 6 Neo Geo games on.
I would have
each cartridge.
preferred
Great
they did
titles
like a Metal Slug cart,
2 and 3,
but you know,
King of Fighters 97.
they want you to buy
Mark
every
the
cart.
Wolves, and more. Both collections will be available to pre-order from August the 29th, 2025, and they will cost £19.99, €24.99, or $29.99 each. But for now, let's turn our attention to something that's coming alongside the first Neo Geo arcade cartridge collection this August.
Okay.
Indie game fans, you won't want to miss this.
Peggy 12.
Badger Punch game. I don't know who that is. Amiga. That's out of my element. I'm not shaming people that collect that. I don't know. I know about the Amiga, but Hideous Monsters. Choose your hero. I mean, this looks cool. Watch out for chickens. Roguecraft DX. Is this like a homebrew Amiga game that just came out? I don't know. Or is this an old school Amiga game? It looks new. Looks pretty good for this style game. It's not my style game, but it looks pretty good graphics for that type of game. I don't know if I'm going to get this one, though. Honestly. Roguecraft DX. I'm glad it exists. If I'm going to start missing cards, this is the type of card I would miss, but it looks cool. Well, I already am missing cards. Okay.
Roguecraft
Start out
DX
slow.
is the newest version of the award-winning game from Badger Punch Games, and it is the second solo release on Evercade, following on from the release of the acclaimed Full Void in 2023.
I don't think I got that one either.
Comes from the makers of Rogue 64, a bonus game that's available on Evercade systems right now. To tell you a little bit more about the game, who better than the developers themselves?
Okay.
My name is Ricky Sickinger. I am the programmer
Thanks,
of
Ricky.
Roguecraft DX, one half of Badger Punch Games.
Hey, I'm Henning Ludvigsen. I'm the art guy over at Badger Punch Games. Badger Punch Games has been around since 2010. It's just me and Ricky making small retro-style games in our spare time.
Roguecraft DX is a casual yet challenging turn-based roguelike, crafted for fans of classic dungeon crawlers and inspired by Lovecraftian horror.
I like that.
Roguecraft DX is an evolution of the game Roguecraft that we released on the Amiga last September, which itself was an evolution of Rogue 64.
By the way, Rogue 64 is also a secret game on Evercade.
That's
Roguecraft
cool.
DX is the next
They've really
step up
improved
from the original Roguecraft.
Development.
A deluxe edition, built specifically with Evercade in mind.
We added more potions, more monsters, more room variations, and more music.
A lot of features have been improved or tweaked for smoother gameplay, and we've also thrown in some brand new ones. Now there's a high score table, a fun achievement system, and a whole bunch of awesome new music tracks.
Basically more of everything.
It's a big step up.
If you really think about it, I was
wait
just,
to
I
see
mean,
it
I know I'm not I want to give these developers respect, but if you really think about it, the Evercade is like a better Switch. And what I mean by that, I like the Switch platform, Nintendo Switch, and I'm getting a Switch too, but I don't need my console to have detachable stuff. I would just prefer a home version of a console in a handheld version, and the cartridge work on both. I think it's a much better way to do it. So I hope that more game consoles in the future, if they're retro inspired consoles or the next PlayStation or next Xbox, you don't necessarily have to have your console like transform into a handheld or I mean, that's also a thing too. I mean, the Steam Deck and other solutions exist, but I kind of just like Blaze's strategy of having the cartridge just work on both the home console and the handheld. And to be fair, even a bar top. The cartridge works on a bar top, handheld, and the console. same cartridge, which I think is a superior option than the Switch. People are going to think I'm shilling hardcore now, but I honestly prefer that, you know, and the build quality is pretty good based on the price point. These are most of these solutions, besides the bar top, are cheaper, way cheaper than current gen. And I understand it's retro stuff mainly, but there's some indie games, you know. All right, let's get back to you.
Game in the hands of Evercade players everywhere. We are really proud to represent the Amiga community on such an awesome retro system.
We've added lots of extra content to the game to make sure the Evercade fans get something special.
Okay. Moving on, please.
DX will be available to
a lot of time spent on this Roadcraft.
And it will cost £19.99, €24.99, or $29.99. This new single game collection will release in August 2025 alongside Neo Geo Arcade 1. Last time on the showcase, we announced brand new versions of the Evercade VSR and EXPR. These new solo products are just the hardware, but bundles will be available from retailers with Evercade cartridges. Well, we can bring you some more information on these consoles right now. Pre-orders for these new consoles will open on June
VR
30th, 2025.
solo. So that's without. Okay.
Released
so this is actually marketing PR to increase the price of the console, because a lot of the VSR came bundled with cartridges. So it's solo. It means it's not coming with a cartridge. So this is not too much cheaper than the bundles with the cartridge. So this is actually, I mean, I have to research, but this is potentially a price increase. I have to research that. It's just you don't realize it because they're just giving you less things in the box without the game.
2025. As for the pricing, the Evercade VSR Solo will cost £89.99, €109.99, or $119.99. The Evercade EXPR Solo will cost £99.99, $109.
This is a price increase, I'm pretty sure.
€99 or $119.99. You'll be able to find out more about what cartridge bundles are available from your local Evercade retailers.
But those are going to be more expensive than that.
To announce in this showcase. So let's get to them right now.
I hope some cool new indie games. Taito. That's cool. Space Invaders is always good. Bubble Bobble's always good. I wouldn't get the bar top. I've never heard of that one. Browse Fun. Pirate Pete. Never heard of that. Legend of, yeah. Liquid Kids. Get your elevator. Oh, that's the one. This is like Pocky and Rocky. Raston. Never heard of Electric Yo-Yo. New Zealand story. Never heard of this one. Okay. I'm not a lot of surprises in this. I'm going to give this showcase a rating.
Taito arcade games are not just available on Evercade hardware, but they're coming to Evercade cartridges as well for the first time. These two arcade cartridge collections will feature 9 great
So there's
games
really not reason to buy the
from the legendary developer.
bar tops unless you really love Taito, or if there's some exclusive game, which I don't think there is.
Elevator Action, Rastan, and so many more. Both collections will release together in September 2025, and you'll be able to pre-order these cartridge collections on July the 30th, 2025. And each collection will cost £19.99, €24.99, or $29.99. That's all of our product announcements today, but there's a couple of surprises left to give you.
All right, give me some surprises, because I'm thinking about like a B- or a C right now. Because this is the
original
5-year anniversary,
Evercade
you know?
Boot video is back. Following an update that will be available from tomorrow, you'll be able to select
Boot video.
the original boot video as your boot video on your device. But that's not the only thing coming this anniversary. For new Evercade fans, if you sign up to our newsletter,
wallpaper.
you'll not only get a free wallpaper, but also an
Okay.
exclusive
They're not
code
saving
to
themselves
use on
with
the
these
coupon section
these
of
great
the
announcements
Evercade
at the
menus.
ending
This
for
will
5-year
unlock a
anniversary.
free bonus game. But don't
Okay.
worry, for anybody that's already signed up, we'll be sending you a code on email at the conclusion of this show. If you do want to sign up, simply scan the QR code on the screen now or visit evercade.co.uk to get the latest news, releases, and our regular newsletter. And that's all for the Evercade Anniversary Showcase. We'll be back later this year with a deep dive on Roadcraft DX ahead of its release, so you can find out more about this new and exciting indie game. Don't forget, the Neo Geo Arcade 1 cartridge collection and Roadcraft DX will be available to pre-order from tomorrow, May the 30th, as well as the new Evercade Alpha Taito edition. But don't worry, that's not it for Evercade this year. With 15 cartridges coming in 2025, there's still 3 more cartridge collections to go. We'll bring you more news on them later in the year. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and thank you for joining us.
Okay, I'm very happy that they made 5 years. I think they made a lot of progress, but I'm also not gonna play softball as a 5-year anniversary showcase. I was gonna be nice and say B-. I'm saying a C, because even though we are getting physical SNK carts, there was no new SNK announcements just besides 2 carts. Maybe they'll get an alpha SNK collaboration with an exclusive game on the alpha that they're not going to put on cart, which I prefer it all be on cart, but I would assume that's where we're going to go if we ever get an alpha SNK. There's not a lot of indie games besides the Amiga game, like new indie games, like they had Xenocrisis and some other games that the names are escaping me now. Not a lot of new indie games there. Taito is not gonna. I mean, I'm assuming, I know retro fans in the bubble will like that, but that's not very exciting. Maybe new Capcom Alpha or a new Capcom Versus, and then I understand why you got to do it, a price hike on the VS and the handheld besides the pocket ones, disguised as a collaboration with retailers, where retailers can make their own bundles, but that's basically a price hike. Honestly, if you haven't got one of these machines, it's probably in your best interest, instead of getting directly from Blaze, is to try to find out a used one or a friend that's selling theirs, so you get a bundle deal with the cartridges. The old, and listen, they've been successful enough that there's some Versus and handhelds out in the wild, or friends that might be jumped in at the beginning but are getting out because of the price hikes. That's just natural. And the SNK carts, while exciting, weren't like mind-blowing. They're doing 6 at a time. It's going to be a lot of volumes. So I got to be real, it's a C, but I still wish Blaze the best. I'm still a customer. I just don't know if I'm going to be buying all those carts. Those are my thoughts. I want to get your thoughts. Please let me know if you were happy with the 5-year showcase, and give me your rating in the comments section. They do have to do some of these changes, but the new partnership, beside the exciting partnership, I think if they would have waited, I don't like to wait for news, but if they would have waited for SNK for the 5-year anniversary to have that as the announcement, then it would probably be definitely a B+ or an A. But since we knew already, there was no new pocket handhelds for SNK. That was all announced in the last one. I think the last showcase was more exciting than their 5-year anniversary. Besides the SNK, it's kind of lackluster. I'll see you in another video. Have a good one. Talk to you soon.